Look at that. We're live. We're live. And if you're watching this on the replay, we started on time.
We started exactly on time.
Hello,
to
everyone.
Be fair,
welcome
my
to
computer
Spin
wanted to be
for Real.
possessed.
Welcome to. What are you doing, Paulina? You're not. Are you even here? Are you out to dinner? Are you here? She's out to dinner.
Hi, Paulina.
Hi, Paulina.
Lastrina, is she out to dinner with Lastrina?
No, a friend's birthday.
Oh, I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so welcome to Spin for Real. I'm Jeff. I was here on time. Matt, want to introduce yourself?
I mean, I was here on time technically. I just had to be in the backstage. I was the first person here.
Well, I would have been the first person if someone had sent me the StreamYard link. But, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what? I take
people
fault
on
in
the
that
screen
too.
could have been.
I have access. And to be fair, I got on at 8:25, 5 minutes beforehand.
I'm so glad we could do this one more time to discuss it.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I know. I'm not even kidding. Why was he?
Like, why was he so late?
Not to mention the fact that Matt also caused One's Gotta Stay to go on to start.
Damn.
Late.
No, Rue did, because anytime he has me on that show, my computer becomes a possessed bitch.
No, your fault.
All right. Well, listen. You're almost as late as Skybound's payments to its employees. Anyways, we're here talking about the last official episode of Friday Night Titans. That's right. Allison, are you okay?
I'm fine. Life is great.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We told you we weren't good for this today.
Chris Anthony Lopez.
No, it's fine.
Rue always got paid, so that's good.
I'm glad. Good.
Rue said, "Bitch, better have my money."
So, anyways, Friday was the last.
It's been a while.
Oh man,
it's been a bit. We've all been on breaks and shit and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've been on here. You guys have hung out without me for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
We're all blending together.
Because we were all off last week. We all needed our shit, and then Allison just needed a mental break from all the streaming she did for Comic-Con the week before. So yeah, it's been a minute. And honestly, we got some exciting stuff we're working on for these last couple episodes of Schmoedown. These last couple matches we're gonna get, because we're still going live for them. We're still gonna talk about them, give them their respect.
I'm very excited to learn what are these exciting developments. I want to hear them too.
You heard him in the group chat, bum. Go back and read.
He was on a lot of edibles for the
I haven't learned to read yet, Matt.
Apparently.
That's my secret. What's yours?
Oh, look, we got Rue and Monty in the chat following each other.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Good job.
We love the Montyverse over here.
We do.
Shout out to the Montyverse.
Shout out to the Montyverse.
Killing it with a really successful, like, especially considering subscriber size, like where they're able to get with some of the reaction and views. Very good stuff there.
Yes.
Crushing that algorithm.
So go make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
They do phenomenal breakdowns. Monty is so knowledgeable with everything comic related.
I particularly am a fan of any video that has Pat, Dan, Nikki, Paulina, or John Lastrina in them.
Oh, damn.
Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, I forgot you've also done one. Anyways, my list stands.
Anyway, great video essays, great content, great reviews, great reactions. We love the Montyverse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, what are we doing here?
We don't have a wheel today because it's the last episode, so we figured go wheelless. We're probably gonna be wheelless when it comes to matches for the rest of the way until that last spectacular episode. but the wheel won't fully be gone, and we'll get to that later. But Allison, thoughts on the first match?
I think Glory is an absolute gem. I wish we could see more of her in singles. What's really fun is I like the tidbit of that was Glory was the rookie that Christian was talking about when he joined us on Spin from the Rail back in March.
Yes.
I want to say it was. So it was great to finally see her. She really is awesome. She has great knowledge, great skill set. I love that she got to shut Chandru up, who was just, being Chandru all over the place. It was fun. I liked the gimmick they gave her, that she was part of the crew, and I just I wish that it wasn't ending so we could see more of her, because it's always nice to see a good badass female player.
No, I agree, and I love how it was basically instead of off the street, so it's off the crew. She's ready. She's like, all right, signed, even though she didn't take the cap off the pen. And then
It happens.
I'll play you. And Thad's like, wait, but I need you to work. And she's like, well, here, I quit, and just hands him everything. And then the scream for Alex. I loved that scene. It was so much fun. And it was a good laugh. It was a good laugh.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, it was funny. She was also on Friday Night Speakeasy.
She was because I was asleep.
If you happen to be awake at 4 a.m. to catch it, then you totally
East Coast
can.
time.
East Coast
it's still
time.
up for review. They did a little mini, like a small non-spoilery review of Sandman that the guys and Glory and have all been watching, amongst other things. So yeah, she's a gem though. I took extensive notes as always, because neither one of you ever do. So if we want to get into it.
I do have to say, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted right now. Be better. Wait, be better me. Be better me. What are you talking about? I'm not the only person that didn't know that she was on Friday Night Speakeasy or whatever. Sean, how about you be better? You be better. Help me vamp more so I don't have to talk about this.
All right, Allison,
what
take
else
over.
Is there,
Allison, take over.
So round one, Glory has 3 misses. She misses the first one she misses. Okay. We got to talk about this Expendables thing, and I get it. It's all done and over with now, but that miss for not having the article, I think, is one of the dumbest rulings I've ever watched, because
agreed.
You know what it is. It's Expendables. Anyway.
That ruling's gone back and forth in a few situations this year, but the 2 times it's really screwed someone over. They were both women. Just want to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if one of the references is to Paige, adding the word is one thing.
Yeah, I know.
So that's one that I find to be different. But
in this, right? I think in this
case, I get the rule, I get it, but it was asking for the 3rd entry in a franchise. It was asking for the name of the franchise. So I can see why people could be more annoyed with it. To me, I understood. I thought it was the same exact rule. Yeah. Basically, but yeah.
Yeah, Sean said in the chat too, the question was about a franchise, not a film title, so it was a bad ruling from the judge, which I agree. 100%. So anyway,
this is where experience and whatnot, you could have figured out a way to challenge for that.
100%. Or if she had a manager or something and wasn't up there rogue, because I think
that obviously it's all null and void now, which is I think would take like moot point at this point, which is why I think it kind of takes some like the passion out of like wanting to catch up with all this stuff happening here, knowing that it's all leading to a hasty end or something, but. That exact sort of conversation is the exact sort of interesting rule thing that I actually find enjoyable and breaking down for the sake of it. It's so meaningless, but we talk hours about this bullshit. The thing that I thought was interesting about it was exactly that. I don't think that when they made that rule that they actually really thought about it about overarching franchises. They were talking titles of movies.
Right.
So, is a franchise a movie? Not is a franchise
group
just a movie title, or is its own separate thing? Because a franchise name is just sort of the overall reference to a collective group.
Right.
So,
I agree, 100%.
That's my thought.
So gets that one, misses that one. Then she misses question 8, a Gore Verbinski question. I think it was who directed Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, and something else. She misses that one. And then she misses a question about Winston Duke. So they're going into round 2, 11-7. Chandra defers to Glory, and she keeps 2000. She keeps the 2000s. Goes multiple choice twice, but gets all of her questions correct. 0 steals, so it's 15-11. Chandra spins Pixar and then keeps it. He goes multiple choice 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And on question 5, she ends up getting the 1-point steal, which puts them at 16-16. So, oops, sorry, Sean, my bad. Apparently, I had our flicking real group chat open. My bad. Okay.
Bad.
So, round 3, Glory's 2-point. What is the title of the second Pacific Rim movie? I forget what she said, or Pacific Reef.
Pacific Reef.
Yeah. So gets it wrong. It's Uprising. The only reason I still know that is they took 6 hours to watch those movies because of people like Sean Wingblade and Jesse Swift. Anyway.
Why? Only one of them's good.
Well, two of them were supposed to be for both of them. Because back when they got the original IG list, Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim Uprising were on it, where like the Transformers were. And so Sean was like, hey, Allison, help us write some flashcards for Pacific Rim. You've never seen them. Go ahead and do it. I said, okay, cool. Took about 6.5 hours to watch both of those. 2 days later, I get a message from Jesse and Sean saying, hey, by the way, Pacific Rim's not in the list anymore.
At least you watched them.
At least you watched one of them.
Really?
At least you watched the first one.
Yeah, really? At least you watched the first one.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm surprised I stayed friends with them. Just kidding.
I mean, you don't like Lord of the Rings.
That's right.
No, do not put words in my mouth.
You don't like Lord of the Rings.
I think they are beautifully scored. They are beautiful films. I just don't want to take 13 hours to watch them. I think they're insanely
You don't like
long.
Lord of the Rings. It's okay.
I think they are unnecessary. I can still think something is a good movie. They're just too long for my taste.
Allison, it's not about the length. It's about what it provides.
Fucking hate you. Anyway, look, you guys are making us lose fans.
Wait,
I quit.
There are fans?
Lego hates me now. Chandra's 2 points. George Clooney and Brad Pitt was the category, and it was Clooney appears with Quentin Tarantino, Salma Hayek, and Harvey Keitel in what 1990s horror action film from Robert Rodriguez? I didn't write the answer down.
It was from Dusk Till Dawn.
That's what I thought. Okay. Anyway, so he gets it right. 3 points of Glory. Matt and Ben. Matt Damon and Greg. Oh man, I think Greg Kinnear. Is that it? Appeared opposite. I mean, I did voice to talk.
Kinne.
Well, it says Greg Near, so I'm assuming it's Kinnear. Appeared opposite each other in what Farrelly Brothers directed comedy? She said
Kinnear, and she said brothers or some shit.
She said me and my brother, and it was incorrect. It was Stuck on You.
Yes.
So then she gets her 5 point. Famous actors and actresses. Which 1970s Best Picture winner was the film debut of Sigourney Weaver opposite Diane Keaton, Paul Simon, and Shelley Duvall? I don't know if that one's right. Anyway, this is why I don't do voice to text.
But you did it anyway.
But I did it anyway. She used one repeat and said Annie Hall and got it correct. So
yeah, that was
that
a question. That was a good question because
incredibly impressive.
it actually threw me at first, and the only reason why is because I wasn't even thinking about the actors. It was 1970s Best Picture winner with Diane Keaton, because she's in 3 Best Picture winners in the 1970s. She's in both Godfathers and this.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
And because it turns out, like, I've only seen Godfather Part 2 in pieces on TV years ago. So I'm like, oh my God, could this have been the introduction? Could it have been Godfather Part 2? And I'm just not thinking it. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. Hold on. She's also in, you know what? Sigourney Weaver would make way more sense in Annie Hall.
Good for you, Jeff, narrowing that down. Proud of you.
Yeah, I know, right? I just wanted to show you my brain process, how I got there.
No, it's very smart. Back to Chandra first 3-pointer. Paul Newman and Robert he gets Paul Newman and Robert Redford's category. Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, and Robert Redford star in what 1992 crime comedy?
Yeah.
It was Sneakers, but Chandru said The Sting, so it's incorrect. Mm-hmm. And then he gets his 5-pointer, which is comedies. Thank you. What 1980s comedy features Michael McKean, Ben Stein, Eddie McClurg, and Kevin Bacon in cameo appearances? He uses his last 2 repeats and just throws out Caddyshack, but was incorrect. It was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So with those 2 misses, Glory squeaks by, beating Chandru Dandapani, which I think is fantastic.
Quite possibly the very last time we're going to see Chandru Dandapani
play,
compete.
Yeah. Which is a bummer, because it would have been nice to see him in one more IG match, I feel like. But he didn't do terrible in singles.
No,
I mean, his and knowing kind of like the behind the scenes stuff of like who was actually supposed to play that match and how he's kind of gets called in last minute shows just how wide his knowledge really is, and how it's not just IG that he has. Like he pulled some good, he pulled a lot of question answers that I wouldn't have known. And his Pixar round was hard.
Mm-hmm. Like Chris Anthony Lopez would have gone perfect.
Of course he would have, but Chris Anthony Lopez wasn't playing, and he's not here to defend himself on that. So I'm not going to agree right now.
You're talking about perfect, like Chris would have gone perfect playing this match, or a Pixar
round.
Yeah, the Pixar round was definitely more difficult though. When you get down to like, because you forget how many voice actors are just famous people with Pixar. Because at least it's different than like DreamWorks, which like kind of revolutionized the idea of just hire someone famous, because somehow Pixar is able to do a better job of hiring someone famous that could still do proper voice acting. So hearing it's like, oh my God, yeah, Alfred Molina. It's like, no, that's fairly difficult, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. Sean's right. Cal is perfect. But yeah, no, I mean, Chandru did have he had a perfect round 1, went 11 for 11 because he got his bonus. So, and then just kind of a rough go in round 2, and then just kind of pulled out those last 2, his 3 and 5-pointer. But I was nervous for Glory to begin with, kind of because of how well Chandru was playing in that first round, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wasn't. It feels like they were fairly evenly matched in round 2 with the points, at least. Mm-hmm. But it felt like it was definitely like Chandru's to lose, and he lost it.
Yeah.
Because he, in his very first singles match there, or his that match there, he gets to play a singles match, and he goes perfect in his first game. And then he just stumbles in round 2, and then just has like a hard drop off in round 3. So this is one of those situations where it's just a matter of like, she did fine. he just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He just dropped the ball at the end with those ones there. I think it's where his focus on IG only actually went against him. So
yeah,
at least that's
I agree
there.
100%. I mean, granted, I didn't know that half of those I didn't know any. Well, no, I knew of the round 3 questions. I knew none of his.
I would have gotten the Pixar ones on multiple choice, or just I would have gotten them on multiple choice. But like even I like the Pixar questions, like their content. Yeah. I like overall though. I like Gene. It's a shame. It's like, oh yeah, who's this? It's tonight is the final night.
Oh,
and then they're like, by the way, here's a new person.
Right. But she will be back in a teams match with the one and only Sean Wingblade going up against Kevin Smets and Mark Andreyko.
Where was that advertised?
We don't want to miss that. The MTS Twitter page.
Oh.
So on the 26th, that is the teams match that is being aired. It is Wingblade and Glory versus Kevin Smets and Mark Andreyko, aka the Alliance, is that team name.
I didn't realize that they advertised that already. Damn. I pay so much attention too. So,
I sure did smack talk Smets and Andreyko. I'll do it again too. Got you, Sean. It's my boy. Sure. To be fair, Jeremy, I'm legally obligated because I'm on a channel with Sean.
That's fine.
That's really funny, Mike Deegan. That's good.
That's weird. I don't think Jake's seen his ashtray in years. It's just a pile of ash next to him.
Just like a little smoldering volcano.
So what is it? I look like his ashtray, smothered.
Just smoldering. A smoldering volcano.
I look like Jake's ashtray. I haven't seen the sun in 30 years.
Oh man. Sean's also right. Thad also put it in the live chat on Friday Night Titans, and then they tweeted it out.
Gotcha. I didn't pay attention. I was busy.
That's where that came in.
I didn't notice.
So yeah. Other than that, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch Glory and Sean. I mean, Sean did really, really well with Collins last week.
Now,
the week before,
by the way,
2 weeks ago.
Interesting. So just to confirm, Sean played Collins in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now Gene played Chundra in one. Mm-hmm. And now two of them are going to team up after having just been introduced and each taking down a former champion to now go up against 2 more champions.
Yes.
Awesome. I absolutely this is very fun. I think it's very cool for brand new people to immediately go champions
and beat them.
Which is one thing, but like each of their introductions, they won. So now it's like 2 more champions. It's like, all right, cool. What else you got? And I think that's going to be interesting.
Sean and Glory will retire champions without belts. That's how I see it.
That's how you see it.
They're
going to defeat every former champion, and they have 2 months.
Nothing else to show for it.
Actually, based on whenever they're going to be taping, they have within a day,
2
weeks, next month to do it, and many champions to go.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. You got it, Sean.
That's actually spectacular. It's just a champion gauntlet.
That would be honestly would be cool.
Starring Sean and Gene.
I'd be down.
A champion's gauntlet where you have every single former champion play each other in just a Iron Man match.
I know. They did do that before Patreon.
I'm not saying the the champion at the time.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
that they once did something to that effect up behind the paywall once.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That was when
Yes.
COVID first hit. I'm just saying, I want every single champion Iron Man match. Every Star Wars Iron Man match.
No, I get it. That was, by the way, me saying behind a paywall. That wasn't a dig. I meant like it was.
Yeah,
that's
just
where you
behind
could
the
find
paywall.
it before at one point. Back when.
And then
Patreon,
Harloff eventually released it online.
Yeah.
But no, I think that, to me, I think that'd be, it's not going to happen, but I think that'd be a cool way to decide the final champion of each division. Because then, let's see, singles, Harloff would have to play. You have Levine, you have Merle, you have Bateman, you have Roca, you have Marisol. Am I missing anyone?
Are you talking about people that? Are you just listing people or listing
people who have won the singles title?
I remember, I wasn't paying attention to your list, so I don't know where you left off.
I said you have.
Nope. No, that was a call to not repeat. We'll move forward.
Oh, Adam Collins. Thank you, Leo Luggins. So,
God damn it.
Fact checker Leo Logan in the chat. I love it. Always.
I mean, Star Wars, you get Ken Knapsack. Maybe that's the one thing you can get Whitwer back for.
What a great team name, by the way, guys. Let's just stop here for a moment and stop talking about hypotheticals. Let's talk about real things here. Wingblades of Glory. Is it the best team name to ever be made in the history of the Schmoedown, happening right within like the very end? Is this the Phoenix that's going to be emerging from the ashes that is the Schmoedown, burnt to the ground before the end of October? Only one to find out. Get ready, guys. They're going to be going up against a couple of champs. And all they got with them are the Wingblades of Glory.
I'm into it. I think that's great. I think that is absolutely wonderful.
I think it's great. But, gets the people going.
Also, I'm going to find me.
What?
Bro,
my internet cut out.
I know. It just, because you said gets the people going. I just went right into N-words in Paris.
Yes, that one there. So there's the other match though that happened.
Oh,
right?
Jeremy Miller, you mean the real GOAT debate, not the fake one from Last Spectacular?
No, that wasn't a GOAT debate. That was what? I don't know. Letting an old man live one last dream.
Where's the lie, Matt?
Yeah,
I'm the John Roca fan here. So
you're a John Roca fan? Doesn't John?
Doesn't he have us blocked?
Because
he does. He has everyone blocked. But that no. He has something from the real block too. I thought.
Yeah,
that's
because
what I
of Jeff.
Yeah, because me. Oh, I'm sorry. Big fucking guy who has a YouTube channel gets so mad when some guy who means absolutely fucking nothing calls him out for being a fucking idiot. Fuck him. He's an asshole. We move on. He's going to continue being successful. I'm going to be some guy in Philly. We're both going to go our own ways.
Sounds about right.
He's still going to think about that one stranger he never met that called him an asshole once. There you go.
What can you do? Anyway, it is what it is. But I'm excited to see where Spectacular goes for sure.
So yes, I believe that would be a real GOAT discussion, at least when it comes to singles. Dan versus Sam. At least when it comes to singles, the singles GOAT.
Agreed.
No, I agree because I've been on this. I've been on the high. People called me crazy. Funny thing is, people called me crazy.
You are fucking crazy.
Oh, shut the fuck up. People called me crazy back when Sam retired, and I said he arguably is the greatest player of all time. They're like, he doesn't have the wins like Dan does. I'm like, but he's retained it more than Dan has. Dan might be multiple time, but he had to lose it to become multiple time.
Yeah.
Sam gave it up and is multiple time.
True.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be very interesting. But just going into that, though, in order for that to happen, you have to know the results of him versus Mr. Irwin, which was Sam retained. I think
killed.
Considering the strength of a player like Ethan Irwin, it's so bizarre how often, like at least in the last year, like his losses have been like a bizarre championship match losses. That's like 3 championship losses in a row that are like total failures. And I say that even though he did not have a knockout against him in any way when he was against Marisol.
But also, they both, I mean, Ethan worse than Sam, but they both had, I was surprised with how hard of a round 1 they both had. I mean, the questions were hard AF. Like, I'm not trying to like, it was a very hard round 1. But for the level that they've both, I would say the level that Sam's been playing at and the level that Ethan or Mr. Irwin should be at, that was a hard round 1 to watch them go through, because they both missed the 3rd question, they both missed the last question, and then Ethan misses 2 in a row with the 6th and 7th question. So he missed 4, Sam missed 2, which was then I mean, it depends on how you say it. Some people don't count free for all as when Sam finally missed a question. Some people do. If you're talking about just a singles run in general, then yes, question 3 was the first question Sam has missed in what did they say, like 69 questions or something like that?
Something insane like that.
In the singles division, because let's remember he didn't win free for all, which means he must have missed a question.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on how you see it or how you call it. But still, insane run. Sam is in contention for a GOAT conversation for many, many reasons. So he defers to Irwin in round 2. Irwin spins away from Viola Davis. There's a little bit of shade about why you should go with the ticker, not the arrow, which I thought was great. From Sam.
It was funny, but it was funny though, because it was like, damn, oh, look at that. It really is straight down the line. So that was funny though, how like the king of challenges was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So he spins away from Viola Davis and lands on the Wizarding World. First question goes multiple choice, gets it correct. Second one gets it correct. 3rd question he misses, and the question was, which film is the first appearance of? Do you get your first appearance of Luna Lovegood? And I believe Irwin said Goblet of Fire, but it's actually Order of the Phoenix, because you meet her as
the big 2-point steal.
Yeah, big 2-point steal. Question 4 goes multiple choice and he's correct. Question 5, he gets it correct again. Rough, kind of a tough round. And to be honest, the only one I wouldn't have gotten without multiple choice is the actor that plays Professor Slughorn, because I don't know half the names of some of the actors in these Harry Potter flicks.
Well, yeah, that's also one of those things where for many actors in Harry Potter or whatever, it's like considering the Harry Potter franchise employed I think 70% of all people that ever lived in England in the history of the country.
100%.
They're so prolific everywhere. For some people, they're not, oh, I know them by name. It's like, oh my God, it's Slughorn over there. Or, oh my God, look, it's Harry Potter as a farting dead corpse.
Here's the thing too. If there's a couple of people in the chat saying that it got revealed last night that Ethan actually put Harry Potter on the wheel. If you're going to put something on the wheel,
you got to know it.
You got to know it, and you got to know it backwards and forwards. We've had Smets on here with us, and he's even said when he puts something on the wheel, it's something he has been interested in and has been watching and has been deep diving into. So if he puts Alien and Predator on the wheels, because he's been watching those movies, they're fresh, he's ready to go with it, he understands it, and he knows he's been studying them backwards and forwards. You can't put something like that on the wheel trying to stump somebody or and then go multiple choice 3 times, knowing you're in a title match too. That's the other thing.
And then and missing a lot of people know Luna Lovegood is introduced in the 5th book. That was the most give me question in that entire round, and he's like, Goblet of Fire. And
Yeah.
Luna Love, like, and he's supposed to also be
a
an
movie
IP
producer.
player. So, like, that is
and
like such a
it's a
basic
huge
type
plot
of
point in
IG
the beginning
question.
that one, they don't sit in, and in the books, they don't want to sit in the one car that she's in because it's Looney Lovegood. And then the second part about it is Harry can finally see the Thestrals, right?
Yep.
And Luna goes right up to him and says, I can see them too. So, like, you know she's there. Like, she's such a big part, and she becomes a big part of the story. So, no, I agree. I think if, like, call it a bad day, whatever, but if you're going into a championship match and that's what you're putting on the wheel, you need to know what you're putting on there and what backwards and forwards to the best of your ability, because you're gonna get championship level questions. And the question writers weren't gonna fuck around with this match because it was Irwin and
because
Levine.
it was Levine.
100%, because otherwise it's going to be a gimme either way, right?
Yeah,
and that's not 100%. What people want to see. So
100%
there. With that being said, 12-10, Sam goes to spin. He lands on musicians and films and keeps it. And he has a perfect.
You ever see how intense he is when he looks at the wheel, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's up at the wheel and he's like this. Like, his hands are like that. It's... I don't think I've ever seen anyone just like that, like anxious looking at the wheel.
Right.
Before.
No, Jeremy Miller, you're right. Like, knowing about Hermione slapping Draco, that's not deep cut. And like, he knew that, and I get that. Like, but Luna Lovegood is surface level question. Like, that's something that drives the entire story in the fifth book, is meeting her, and then she's there, and she plays a huge role in the rest of it.
Did anyone notice, by the way, I think it was in round 1, I want to say, the one that they both got wrong. And then they were like, oh yeah, this here, blah, blah, blah. And then Ethan was about to reference something about them studying together. And I think at that, and like in the middle, he realized he's supposed to be in character and hate Sam and pulled back immediately.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, Ethan playing him, and he probably worked a lot with Ethan for this stuff because they both care about like preparing for this, no matter how busy they are. Yeah. They care a lot. So Sam basically knows all of the weaknesses for Ethan too,
right? Because he was his manager.
Was a huge thing. And so, I feel like no one talked about it, at least in the match, or maybe they did. I skipped through a lot of the talking in between. But I think it's interesting when that happens and it's two people that go against each other that they know. Because I think that Ethan knew way less about Sam. Sam knew about Ethan by virtue of Ethan was the one preparing the whole time. Sam might have just been the one helping. So.
Yeah. So Sam keeps musicians and film. He goes multiple choice twice, but he gets everything correct.
Yes.
So perfect, technically a perfect second round for him. 18-12, they go into the betting round. He spins away from streaming films and lands on movie release dates. And the question was, Clooney was in Out of Sight and which other film in 1998? They both bet 3 points, and it was The Thin Red Line. So now we're at 21-15 to Levine. Whew. I thought Irwin was going to have the speed round with how quickly he buzzed in for that first one. That was impressive.
Something.
The Sam Levine.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, the thing is that is both like, oh wow, that was crazy. He's gonna take it, and also like that is such luck there, because he said canine. It could have been Turner and Hooch. Like there could have been another answer. And so, like, you heard it the moment he said that, he was like, ah, shit, it could have been one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is almost impossible, because after Irwin gets the first one, Sam goes 2, 3, 4, and then Irwin gets the last one.
And keep in mind, Sam was outside of the one where it was this person played this character and this character and this character. Sam got it on the first mention of any clue. Well, I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for the Danny DeVito one. The Danny DeVito one listed all the names.
That's what I said. Yeah. Besides the one where it listed, where it was this all actor played all these characters. Yeah.
Jeff, Paulina gave you
yes. By the way, if you saw me distracted before, Paulina opened the door. She arrived. She had her. The bag's so far away. there was a bag from Estia, and she brought some sort of pasta and slid it over to me. But it was some pasta that I couldn't recognize the sauce. I think it had sun-dried tomatoes in it, not big on that, and it had shrimp, which aren't my preferred seafood and pasta of choice. So it's a very Paulina dish. My food is downstairs, which is spicy pork and chicken from a Korean barbecue place.
Nice.
So I'm good on pasta.
So I think that was very lovely of you, Paulina. I would have eaten it.
The correct answer is thank you, hun. I appreciate it.
No.
Yes.
Well,
anyway, after round 4, we are 24-17 to Sam. So Ethan is going to have to answer his 2, 3, 5-pointer before Sam's even going to answer 1. So for his 2-pointer, he gets Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman plays Avery Taylor, the mentor to Tom Cruise's Mitch, in what 1990 Sydney Pollack film?
That was yeah. Because like those are 2 huge names. Like that was an easy. It was a solid 2.
Yeah,
could even have been a 1-pointer.
Oh, I mean, if I had seen the firm,
to me at least,
then yes.
To me at least, it feels like that could have been a 1-pointer, maybe a 2-pointer in a non-championship level match.
Okay,
that's a personal.
His 3-pointer, scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for the films Days of Thunder, Man of Steel, and Backdraft? Hans Zimmer. This again, everything's subjective, but I also feel like this could have been a 2-pointer. Like you're giving Man of Steel, which is a huge one. You're giving if you had kept it just Days of Thunder and Backdraft, maybe, but throwing Man of Steel in there, I think made it a little bit easier.
I think I agree with that too, but I also get, they put in those other ones. The Man of Steel one was the trick. To me, it actually would have been better, in my mind at least, if it was a speed round question. If you did a speed round question where you're listing that, it leads up to, it could be Thunder, Backdraft, Man of Steel, and then like you put like fucking Dune or or Inception or something like huge, even bigger than that he's known for.
Sure.
So, like, at least that's my thought. But I like the question in general because at first I was like, oh, Hans Zimmer did other movies. Hans Zimmer has such a bizarre.
Did you guys see William Harold's comment?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
It was very shocking, William Harold.
That's because the Schmoedown is actually CNN Plus still in service. You just don't realize it yet.
That's hilarious. But anyway, yes, Hans Zimmer goes to his 5-pointer, Harrison Ford. What 2010's thriller featured supporting performances from Julian McMahon, Josh Holloway, and Richard Dreyfuss?
Which is a great 5-pointer because that movie is so forgotten. I think it either made like
I've never heard of it.
I think it's made like it stars Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman, and Luke Hemsworth, I believe. It came out.
There's another Hemsworth.
There's like 3 of them. There's 3 professional ones that are known.
There's the brother who plays. There's the brother who plays Thor in the plays. There's Luke who was in Hunger Games.
Yeah, he was in Hunger Games and Independence Day Resurgence. Yeah.
Like,
are you like?
You mean Liam?
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Luke.
You guys called him Luke.
Luke is the one who plays the brother.
Luke is the 2 L's. Luke is the one that shows up as fake Thor, but he's also a security guy in one of the, I guess, regular roles in Westworld. I don't know. I gave up after season 1.
Gotcha. Okay, now I'm in because I got confused. But Liam Hemsworth, because I know Liam and I know Chris. I know like those 2 Hemsworths.
But yes, either way, yes, there is another brother named Luke. And you've seen him at least twice already.
That's cool. Yeah. He's the other Hemsworth. What's that have to be like?
There's a 4th Hemsworth. That's like. He just hasn't made it to the point where people know his name.
Liam was in the Hunger Games. That I did know, Jesse. Don't worry. I know some stuff. They got me confused. Anyway, back to what you were saying about this 5-pointer and this movie.
No, just that Like you think about so many of the things about it are like they're all hard to do. Like it's a forgotten mid 2000s movie with Harrison Ford. That could have been anything. It could have been like Age of Adeline. It could have been that other one that I actually forgot, Extraordinary Measures. Like it could have been any of these tiny films, but it's one with like such a wild cast thing with him and Gary Oldman like against each other and what it's just a weird one. I think it's like Robert Luketic that directed it.
Yeah.
Was this Paranoia?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Robert Luketic, who that's a director that like you don't know his name, but you know his films. None of them are that good. Like The Ugly Truth, 21, and Win a Date with Tad Hamilton and Killer.
I love that's that guy.
Yeah. And, although
I went to a sneak preview. I went to a sneak preview of Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
He made one good movie, and that is Legally Blonde. Just because that's an all-time great movie doesn't make him a good filmmaker.
Okay.
So,
no, I thoroughly enjoyed Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. I think that is a wonderful flick.
You would.
Of course I would.
That's not surprising.
Topher Grace, Josh
I'm about to go watch the next movie I'm going to watch has Topher Grace in it. Granted, he's a deranged serial killer in it. It's Predators.
Which one?
I'm going to watch
Predators.
Predators. I've never seen Predators, so you know.
Predators.
You've never seen it?
Shocking, right?
Predators is the third best film in that overrated franchise. The best film is Prey.
Prey was wonderful.
You did that thing again where you made a weird inflection with your voice and said stuff from a point of intelligence and importance that are lacking.
Anyway,
I haven't seen Prey yet.
Erwin
I haven't seen Prey yet.
Could not get it. He gives Sam his flowers. He says Expendables, but it was Paranoia. So Sam wins again. He did not have to answer any of his round 5 questions, 24-22, and he keeps the belt. So,
yeah, he kept the belt. I didn't think he was going to lose it in the first place. Just the way he is. The thing is, though, it's not that it's overrated. It's pretty properly rated. There are allegedly 2 good movies in the whole series. The first one and this one. I say alleged because I haven't seen the new one yet. 2 great movies. Predators is solid. The rest of them are not great.
There is one great movie in the franchise, and it's the prequel that just came out this past weekend.
The first Predator is one of the best action films of all time. It's
a good movie. It's good. I don't think it's great.
Yeah, you would say that.
Yeah.
God, disappointing.
I
liked Sam Levine's performance in this match, which is actually very good, despite the fact that he finally missed a question too.
It's very true.
So,
this is very true.
Yeah, I'm
very true,
today, guys. Yeah.
So I think this was a great
Predator movies in the comments.
No, but I think that this was a good match. If this was going to be the end of Friday Night Titans, this was a good match to kind of end it on. I don't think any of the. I mean, I don't know. We have a bunch of matches coming up, but if you were going to end it, I think this was the better choice to end it on rather than Smets Parker. Even though I know that was a big rivalry.
I want to know what the creative choice was behind making this the final labeled Friday Night Titans. And I'd say that because I understand, like 1 or 2 matches or whatever, you could tell that they ADR'd previously recorded stuff to remove references probably to Collision and stuff. Maybe, and then overdubbing it to be spectacular because they cut away on it. So, because they have to do like cleanup at this point for that stuff.
Right.
But there are still 2 months worth. There are like a few more matches all coming out. They couldn't have had this sort of thing like this later and then the match afterwards. Like later at the end. I know that there's stuff with schedule. Yeah, that's a weird one. and then this here, there's a schedule of matches out there. I think we were talking about that earlier. I just find it weird that this is the one that they decided to edit to say the end of Friday Night Titans, and now we're just gonna burn off the other ones. Why couldn't they have all been peppered throughout?
Well, I think
that was. I think is a little odd.
I think Thad was in the Friday Night Titans in the live chat with it, and I think I saw him say something along the lines of like, "This was the match that we felt was what was needed." Was the best way to end it. It was a championship match with two of the greatest singles players to play the game. Former, manager.
I get it with the match itself. I'm talking about do it now, air it now, and then burn off matches afterwards. Why not play those matches and then still have Titans have this as the final match, but right before Spectacular? Because the way that they did it was both. It's just the end of this match, and there's going to be more because they know there are more coming out. But they also advertise it as the final Titans, plus having a
right.
But have the scene,
that,
and then
that little scene with Jen
created by Christian Harloff,
from
Mark Ellis. So it's weird. It's both. It's like
it feels like a
goodbye.
I would have saved that scene honestly for the end of Spectacular because it felt like a goodbye.
But I think a lot of it
like. Yeah, you go.
I would say because I think honestly, part of it probably boils down to a financial thing. They don't have the means to hire the people to do the editing. They can't edit things together. They needed to just figure out the best way to kind of end storylines, and this was kind of the last storyline to finish out. So there was going to be no way to kind of like tight with because what they had to they have bits and pieces of stuff because the last taping that they did, the last in-person taping they did got cut short because of a COVID scare.
Yeah.
So there's already a bunch of missing pieces. So this was the cleanest way to kind of wrap it up. And then all these other matches that don't have any tie-in whatsoever, because you can't do storylines, you can't really do anything. It's just putting them out because they just have them on the back burner.
The point is you can still just release these matches and then close with Titans. You don't have to just make more Titans episodes. You can just release these matches what you're gonna do, and this could have been
just called Friday because what I'm saying is they're recorded in the matches probably referring to everything as Friday Night Titans anyway. So are they now going to be editing and cutting out all those? Are we now going to have Friday Night Titans done and then future episodes they're still going to be calling it Friday Night Titans in a match? I guess I'm just confused. We're going to see next week how it looks for how they're burning off these remaining edits.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I think that today though, or like the way that this ended was like we know that there's still stuff ahead.
Sure.
It feels like the closest thing I can kind of apply it to, but still not a one, is like one of those shows that's always on the bubble. And they never know if they're going to be picked up for another season.
Yeah.
Where they have all of these dangling threads, and then it ends with a card that's like supposed to reference as a series finale if they're forced to do that, but still like leave stuff out there in case it could be a season finale and they go back for more. Right. But it's weird considering we know that it's neither of those things really. They're not going back for more, but it's not a series finale thing. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a weird limbo ending, and so it didn't really gel with the way that they kind of ended it that way, making this the final Titans. That's all.
I agree. I'll say this: I liked Jen being the one to say goodbye for us. Basically, that was cool. But again, it just felt out of place being here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I guess we just got to kind of see what's gonna come down the pike with honestly just with Titans itself, you know.
And so part of my issue
or
is
Spectacular,
trying to discuss this. This is the final Titans, but if we're gonna be talking more about whatever's left, it doesn't feel like this is anywhere near the end. It's odd.
Right.
It's billed as the end, but it's not the end. And here we are talking about it not being the end. But are we supposed to feel like it's the end? It's weird because in my mind, my heart also feels like it's been over already.
Yeah.
It feels like they're burning all of this off. But you know what? You know what, Christian and everyone are doing right now? They're not being David Zaslav. They're at least burning it off. They're letting us see it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we still have, I mean, as much as like it sucks that it's still behind a paywall, we still have the last number one contenders Star Wars match at the end of this month on the 24th. So we still get Nikki versus Ace.
2 months left, but isn't the final month just going to be
the final month is replay, so it's 1 month left.
The final month is replays. The next
September is a bunch of exhibition matches.
September,
it's replays, best of.
September, you will not see us have a live episode until the preview of Spectacular. I just want to put that out there now. So you're going to be without us for about 2-3 weeks. Just want to make that clear.
I'm sure you guys will survive.
So excited to have my Mondays back for a few weeks.
Oh, I want to go check out this Mummers Club nearby. They meet on Mondays during this show. Maybe I'll start.
But anyway, I agree. It's all, obviously interesting, and it's not what we can all kind of Monday morning quarterback to say what we would do if it was us, but
it's a hard position to be in.
Yeah, it's not us. And if there's anything that I've learned from watching this and being in this space and talking to the people that I talk to and the friends that I made and what they tell me is there's always a lot more than what's being put out there. So what we're getting is what can be put out. But I mean, I get what you mean by kind of having it just how Titans just end. And then they're like, all right, here, we're going to throw that. Like, it just seems very unceremonious, I don't know if disorganized is the right word.
Yeah, disorganized is the word. It's the right word.
But at least, like you said, we're getting the matches. I am interested to see how Spectacular is going to play out, and when and if they're going to announce matches for Spectacular, because that's the other thing. Are we even going to get match announcements? Or is it just going to be here's Spectacular?
The thing I'm curious about is because they're like, oh yeah, Spectacular, we're going to close all these storylines. What's outside of Marisol winning the free-for-all, what storylines do we have left?
Dan having another number one contender match.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Kalinowski being able to have being able to take his IG title.
Mike has an IG rubber match.
Shazam being able to
I just meant through what's been set up in like.
Oh no! I get it. I'm just saying technically those.
Yeah, I know that
placements for sports. They also have storyline adjacent things.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm just saying because I remember they were kind of promoting when it was going to end. You're going to see leading up through these episodes, the cutscenes and everything, where Spectacular is going to go. I got that more from the matches than I did any of the scenes or anything. So if I'm saying based off of the scenes, what I've been told, that will help us figure out where to go. Where is it going?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know where it's not going? The fact that I am very disappointed that we may not be seeing any more of Adam Collins' sweet dance moves.
Yeah.
That's where I'm really bummed. So, Adam Collins, if you ever want to get on TikTok and start posting TikTok dances, I would follow and subscribe. And that sounds really weird. And I apologize.
That did sound
but
really
also,
weird.
I don't apologize because that's been one of my most favorite things from this season.
Follow and subscribe. If you follow me on TikTok, I'll follow you. Send you weird videos like I do to other people. Like Wingblade, who sends them to Allison. But now
I'm followed by both of you, so I get them from Wingblade and I get them from you. So I get the exact same video twice.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Are you happy about it?
No.
No?
About to delete
it bugs
TikTok.
me too. It bugs me too when two people send me the same video. What's funny here is when it's two people who have no idea who each other are and they both send me the same video. Like, Wingblade sent me a video that my brother sent me. They've never met. They don't even know who each other are.
That's great.
But they both saw this dumb video on TikTok and were like, who would like that?
Yeah.
Jeff. That's great.
Yeah. Which means I transcend social circles, guys.
With all this being said, friends, I feel like this is a good time to maybe wrap some things up. So Jeff's not late to the other thing he has to do tonight. Jeff, what is that?
Oh, what else am I doing? That's a very good question. I'm vamping until I remember it. It is the Sandman review on Flickin' Reel. I watched season 1, almost all of it yesterday afternoon, and I finished it today. The Sandman, you'll learn more when we talk about it on that channel soon, within the hour, I believe. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great conversation with a bunch of people. I just don't remember any of their names at the moment.
Also tomorrow on Flickin' Reel.
Yes,
Hey.
where we get our wherever you get your audio podcast, we have a new episode of You've Never Seen It, and I am joined by the ever wonderful Lon Harris. This was a very fun, very exciting conversation I got to have. We discussed his favorite David Fincher film, Zodiac. So please make sure you're subscribed to Flickin' Reel wherever you get your audio podcast. New episodes are released every Tuesday, and then they drop typically on Wednesdays over on the YouTube channel. So like, rate, subscribe, all of that stuff. Follow us on Twitter, Never Seen It FNR. Follow me on Twitter at Allison Salamoni.
FNR also stands for fucking right.
Tomorrow, I Am Groot review. That drops around noon Eastern time. I got all 5 shorts. I'm not gonna say anything about it. You have to watch it tomorrow. It's good. It's a short review. I'll say that.
It's like 5 shorts. There's not a whole lot that can really be discussed.
It's exactly.
I watch it. I just know it's going to be like the whole thing's probably
it's 20 minutes.
Total.
It's 20 minutes total.
That's what I meant. 25 minutes. I actually over. Yeah, they seem like 3 to 5 minute videos that they are. So, yeah.
But that review is tomorrow. And as what I was alluding to earlier in the show, starting next week, you'll be playing trivia. You'll be able to play trivia against these lovely 2 people right here. That's right. Because we only have a match to go about each week going the rest of the way, we're going to allow 2 to 3 members from the chat. We're going to put the link in the chat. You're going to be able to join us live on screen, and you're going to play against Allison and Jeff in trivia.
Did I agree to this?
Yeah, when you were high in the group chat.
You said, yeah, sure, that works. No, it was while you were on your edibles.
This is while you were on your edibles over the weekend.
Was this discussed today, or was it a day? Was it before today?
It was before today.
I was high.
Exactly.
I wanted to make sure. I was like, I wasn't high today. Not when we talked earlier, at least. So I don't remember any of this. I did. I don't remember any of this, guys. I haven't been paying attention. I've watched 3 movies today, and before that, I watched 2 movies in 2 weeks. I've been watching a lot more TV lately.
Nice.
So.
Oh man, I'm almost done with I just started season 3 of For All Mankind. Whew.
I went to Paulina's work retreat, and I think I watched a season and a half of Community last week.
Nice.
That's what I
great show.
Time. I tried to watch Predator, to do a rewatch before Prey. I started Predator on a Sunday and I ended it on a Sunday the next week. Listen, I don't remember agreeing to it fully, and if a series of unfortunate events taught me anything, is that when Violet Baudelaire signed the marriage certificate with her left hand instead of her right, or non-dominant, then that meant that she didn't actually agree to anything. I think this is hearsay, and you were trying to bamboozle me there.
I'm a great teammate.
No,
ask Jonathan Caro.
It's every man for themselves.
Oh fuck! I don't want to play anymore. I thought it was against Jeff and I as a team. I thought that was the whole point. I don't want to fucking play. Bullshit. Fuck that. I'll see you guys at the end of September.
Production meeting live in concert. Let's go.
Oh, stop! You'll have fun with that, Allison.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Well, with all that being said, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. Jeff, do you want to do the honors? Do you know the right?
Yeah, just Do I know the right thing? I believe
The right
I do.
words.
Let's go for it. Ready? Remember, everyone, to spin from the reel and not the pegs.